world's longest loading screen.
Yeah, man, the KotS5 is very interesting now. I don't know what they're going to park him up, but certainly gonna get a lot of focus from everyone. Viewing Grozovai though, the other times I saw Grozovai in the game, they would always go solo Grozovai. It's kind of strange because every single team we saw running single destroyer actually didn't manage to win anything. Only ALN on the last game, but that was very strange anyhow. Right.
Oops.
What about if you get a detonation?
Oh, that's a good point. Well, let's not do that then, shall we? That would be embarrassing.
Oh, OM seems to be having soundboard problems.
So you know that as a caster, you're supposed to lock onto your carrier. It gives you lace desyncs, right?
Yeah. Actually forgot about that until you mentioned it again. It's been a long time since I casted this.
Yeah. I'm just observing OM's camouflage. See if I can't pick the best one. Looks like OM's using the 333 for the win camos, or whoever has it. Alright then, let's see how this start off.
Right, by the way, could you start with the fighters, like I was telling you?
Yeah, he did. He went triple fighter first. He's going straight up air now before he spots what the enemy team's doing. Grief is laying a smoke trail into the center and B in his gearing. Legend begins and second gearing is going south to A. Looks like it's an AB focus. The rest of the team is actually sailing north. You got Montana, Hindenburg going north towards C.
Yeah.
Kurfürst Des Moines going towards A in the south.
UFR is doing the AC split. They have a big group going to C, while the rest of them we set up at A. Gearing is almost there at A already, and the Grozovai are going to C.
So what's interesting is that OM's actually using the fighters to scout. We see the first gearing going south A. That's vulnerable. And the fact is the gearing is Poppy's defensive.
It's a very good spot actually.
Yeah, it's good, but I personally don't like that because it's a knife fight when you fight fighter on fighter, so 5 will dominate 4. So I'd preferably do DB first, but it's a side play thing. So Grief is grabbing B. Can you see or radar anything on B? I mean, what's going on there?
Raiders are not in position to do anything on B. It seems like they're completely disregarding B. And I think in this map, do that, it's not the best thing to do because most of the fight will be done into B. And if you secure the location earlier, you probably have a better chance to hold the flanks.
Moskva's parked right up next to Grief on B with the gearing. So the fact is he's giving the A support. The entire B is locked out for any planes.
Yeah. We saw Moskva going into the smoke, but after that, nothing.
Has UFR done the same thing on the other side of B? Have they tried to put a ship there?
No, they're completely going to C.
That's...
Yeah.
It allows OM then to get map presence on B and on the center and keep planes there. And the fact is, if they're going to go for an AC, this is UFR, the planes are going to have to go in a massive kind of arc around the center because they can't fly through it.
Yeah, I honestly I don't think this is the best idea to leave B for free like that.
He's just got his planes caught off guard at C. You can see that he's just been clipped and strafed, so he can't contest and fight. I mean, dude, I see the UFRs going north of C as well now, so I mean, they're maybe making an idea, but they'll be spotted and shot at by the double Hindenburg Montana on the south side of C of OM guarding it.
You catch the bombers there, Azza?
There's TBs for OM are hanging around Moskva in the center. They're just looking for a target of opportunity.
Yeah, only now we started to spot the ships on A. The Moines got lit up now, but we can. There's a smoke there already, so not going to do much.
Is it Hindenburg Des Moines gearing for UFR?
Oh, KotS5 might get the top here, man.
Nah, he's
fine.
Oh wait, no, sorry.
He's gonna get one, yeah.
One on the nose. He's on fire. I'd imagine a damage control party now to put the fire and flooding out. Yep, that's it. So
Montana volley on the Moskva. He misread that. He thought field was going to keep reversing. So no damage whatsoever.
So the gearing that was at B is now going around the island chain. He's going to see if he can't contest C. That would give them double cap, because I don't think any of UFRs are ready to get into Charlie.
Yeah. Grozovai is only getting there now, but the plane will detect him.
Ooh, Kurfürst is broadside now. Oh, why he tries to escape on A.
He's undetected now.
Oh, okay.
He's undetected now, so yeah. He just shot though? He's fine now, I think.
I think he wants to try and hit the Hindenburg. I don't know if that's going to work though.
Yeah.
Minimum damage. As long as because he has to be aware that if he shows himself, his damage control part is on cooldown. Yeah, he's got a fire on him already. So now he didn't need to take that shot. It was a nose on Hindenburg. What damage are you going to do? Now you're on fire and you're burning and you're losing health.
I love those camos, by the way.
What's going on up north? The fighters of UFR being caught
Yeah,
off
the
guard.
bombers were fine there.
Well, he just needs to fend them off, and the fact is he's bringing up all 3 fighter groups here. There's only 2 from UFR.
He has the bombers group there, almost got.
Oh, he juked them though. Yeah,
Yeah.
he juked, so now what? Thing is, what are you going to do with double torpedo bombers? Why are you attempting to attack double Hindenburgs? You're not going to do anything at this stage of the game. Double Hindenburgs, double defensive fires, it's going to be murder. All you're doing now is wasting planes and wasting time.
Nothing he can do there. KotS5 down to half HP already. You do see his
yeah,
fine.
it's
The
47,
torps, right?
46k. I'll double check. Yeah, he's not going to take any torps, but he is down half health. The game's only just started 5 minutes ago and he's down. I can see Legend Begins has been pushed off A as well. He's actually kind of isolated. He's not got much space to run. Thing is, if the Star of C, the UFR CV, if he could do a dive bomber and get some fighter control on the south of A, when the radar runs out, you could keep Legend spotted up. You've got 4 ships here that can pick on him.
So far, pretty messy start there.
I'm not a fan of what Star of C is doing with his carrier control. It seems to be sloppy, and he's unnecessarily losing planes. Hakuri's only have 100. If this game goes right down to the last minute, he's going to be bled dry.
Gonna get. Oh, nice strafe from him though.
It's a good strafe. He clipped the fire, but he's being chased. He's still inside the gearings 8A, so he kind of needs to back off. But that was good of him.
But he already lost so much planes and so much control. He needs to do some work here to get back into controlling this map. Grozovai is still blocking the cap there, but it's not much else he's doing right now. The A cap is also blocked, so you can see already the points building up in towards the OM favor, which is going to bite them in the ass later on. And I don't know what happened to the Des Moines, but he's half HP lower than that even. Probably like a shot in the smoke or something.
Well, I think Legend Begins in the gearing for OM. He's still the only person down at A.
Oh,
he's
he
left
took
the
a
cap.
torp. He's floating, man. The Moine is floating outside of A. He's down to 15k HP.
This is Panpakapoi.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see him now.
Oh, he probably will die here.
He's going to take AP.
Yep.
Oh, that's it.
Big mistake.
First good hit. I don't know why that should have happened. He was in a good spot. There's no need for him to go around the corner.
Yeah, he should have reversed behind the island.
And they've
Wait
lost
a
their
little
radar
bit.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Grozvoy is contesting C at the north against Grief. We briefly saw him for a moment.
Yeah, he's trying to get closer to Grief now. But the Moskva seems to be positioning himself to radar, right?
We've just noticed your gearing Kadali, or Kadil.
You guys saw him?
Yeah, we
middle?
see him. The dive
okay.
bomber spot got him. So the Moskva's taking a couple of pot shots. Oh, Grozvoy, torpedo bomber drop. Oh, that's not. Oh, wow! The defensive powers worked against him. It's because the panic effect is going to take a torp. If he didn't defensive, it would have been fine. Oh wow, but never mind.
Big
The AP from Montana and the nose.
Yeah, I had to smoke that. Got rebalanced there by the Montana.
The Hindenburg also took torps. Your guy UFR DCPC.
Oh, he just took one, yeah. And the Montana
he's
should be
broadside
fine
and
here.
spotted. I mean, the fact is, everyone should. No, never mind. He's gone stealth. But the thing is, he was a huge target there. What, he
lost
likes
a lot
to
of HP.
fire? Okay, no one can
Yeah.
see him because of the range or something.
Down to 20k. Another cruiser very low.
What got me interested is the fact that everyone's actually really spread out for both teams. There's not a lot of overlapping or kind of support for each other.
Yeah, it seems OM is lefting A cap, right?
Well, see what's happening is Legend Begins is actually smoke trailing up their Klein and the Des Moines. So the fact is they're looking to contest because they know the radar's not down here, so they don't think it's plane spotting. And once they get into the smoke and with the defensive fires, it should be okay. The issue
There
is
goes another torpedo squad by the CV. Just gave that away as well.
He tried to long range drop and decline, but decline sees it from a mile away. Thing is, what's Tsukuyomi, the Montana player, doing? Right, he's behind the island. He gets a couple of shots. He's not necessarily contributing to the rest of the game at the moment. I guess it's the same for the KotS5. They're kind of just doing a jostling for control over A.
Wait, Grozovine led the C cap? What?
No, he's contesting. He must have wiggled out. I mean, they were like 1 second away from capping C anyway, so he might have rolled out and rolled back in. It doesn't really matter though, because the gearing from UFR is taking B, and the fact that the Grozovine is contesting C, which means there's no point accumulation right now for OM. I mean,
but they need to hold this for a bit because they do have almost like what 100 and something points advantage. So.
It's 200, yeah. So it's a 200 point at the moment, but the issue is health pools. OM have much better health pools than UFR.
Very true.
And the thing is, yeah, A is contested. You can see the gearing, because there's no Des Moines there, there's no radar. He's got a fighter over him, he's got the Des Moines next to him. It's very difficult for that gearing to be spotted. And even if he is spotted, it's only the Hindenburg that has a shot. The Montana's already left. There's no one there. The gearing that we know is already going up to B, so there's no extra DD support. This is why Legend Begins can be so aggressive. And even better, gearing is now spotting the Hindenburg that doesn't need a plane scout, which allows the Des Moines from Decline to shoot the Hindenburg, and the Hindenburg can't reply because he's outside of the smoke shooting range for cruisers.
Yeah, A is completely lost. There's nothing they can do in there. After the Des Moines went down, that was a pretty much lost one. Grozovine is going to go down. Wow.
Yeah. Well, his smokes expires. There's a gearing so close that planes can't fly over, so there's AA support. There's
gearing's out of me as well.
There's no other cruisers. And so one of the big differences happening here is that OM has cruisers supporting their destroyers. They are within AA range. That is not the case for UFR. So if there's no cruiser support, the DDs have to smoke or defensive fire themselves, and that's it. Then the OM carrier can muscle his way in on top of the DD, and when the smoke's gone and he can't escape because he's surrounded, he dies. He has no support.
Yeah. No, Montana going to... I mean, he's fine there, but I don't understand why he's coming so close there. Yeah, I don't think UFR had any control now because they cannot contest any of these caps anymore. OM has a very solid position in every cap right now, and they just gonna wear them now. You already have the the points advantage as well, so
yeah. So Legend are
300 points.
Yeah, it's bad. Let's see. We've got a gearing and a Des Moines locking down A. Anything that flies here dies to planes. Nothing, and there's no enemy ships. The thing is, one way to counter this is to have your AA bubble overlap the other ship's AA bubble, so no one can have any planes. But because they're so far away, AA and air control is on A. The Moskva from OM is sitting right on the island in B, so he's got his entire AA range into half into B, so it's safe for the fireplanes to fly over B, as you can see in the minimap, but it's not safe.
Yeah, they have 3 squads there.
Yeah, because he's not getting shot down, because UFR isn't doing the same. They're not controlling the airspace in certain key areas, and the overlapping AA of the Moskva is actually allowing the gearing of Grief to now push into B, knowing that he will not be air spotted, because it's a 3-stage benefit. The cruiser giving AA so that the CV can put the fighters overhead, so that the gearing can push in under double protection.
Yeah. The UFR has no control. B is going to be taken for sure. They cannot contest that. They would try though. Seems like Montana and Gearing are trying to go there. Montana is broadside taking AP damage down now. Oh, Legend Begins got spotted? Oh, just for a brief moment probably. There we go.
I mean,
that's almost 400 points.
KotS5 is flooding, I think? Or is he healing?
He's healing up.
Yeah, but he's broadside to the Montana and the Hindenburg.
Ooh, that hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his intention here is. He's trying to escape now? I mean, he's giving UFR an opportunity to punish him at B.
Oh, the gearing. 10k almost.
Thing is, the gearing spotted.
Like 6k.
And he's choosing to fight. And it's allowing Grief and everyone else to take pot shots on the Montana as well.
Yeah. Big mistake that Moskva should be in position to... Oh, never mind. He's getting...
Star of C spotted, and he's getting pelted by the double Hindenburgs. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you're doing it for points, but... He's... Oh, wow, there goes the gearing.
Yeah.
Triple caps.
Just a matter of time now. No way they can come back from him.
Yeah.
No control for them, no destroyers anymore.
I mean, the double Hindenburgs are isolated at the very, very north, but the fact is the Montana's backing them up. From a distance from Ice Cream in the South of the Sea. Yeah, the thing is, OM is able to muscle their way up to the caps, dominate the caps with the air, which allows them to fly over the caps and then grab the caps. And it's making UFR, they're not actually at the island chains next to the caps, they're further behind. So they need to get closer and push back the enemy planes. But it's not happening because they can't do that, and they're kind of all over the place. I mean, they had A, they had more ships on A, but they lost it with that Des Moines death, and then they were counter pushed by OM on A. They lost A. They had B, then they lost B. You know, they were getting C, they had C, but then they were contesting it, but then they lost it because they weren't supporting each other close enough.
Yeah, honestly, giving away the B cap right in the beginning in this map is a very big bet to have, because the B cap is so important. Like, you can rotate and help out any cap here, but they just choose to give it away for free. And it was such a free cap there. A OM just play around it. Like,
so plane kills, both Hakus are roughly even, 29-25. But the other story is, look at all the supplementary plane kills. The rest of the team has nothing. Whereas the Mossfa and the Des Moines, the Mossfa is A, the Mossfa is B, the Des Moines is A. That just shows the story. Those two areas are locked out by those two ships. They get as many or slightly fewer than the other Hakuryu. And there's nothing on the UFR side to say we were also had an AA ship and we were also able to dominate an area. They didn't. So what's the next map? Do I need to swap to carrier?
no, just wait. You can swap inside the game.
Yeah,
The training room now, but yeah, let's just wait, see what's the next map. I actually don't know. Oh, where's map? No, I don't know if you do you need carry here? No, it's tournament, right? It says tournament there, so I think we are fine.
If it says tournament, then we're fine. Yeah, I was right.
Yeah.
Up. Both teams gonna go with the same setup. Let's see. Double Hindenburg again with the Des Moines decline.
We are swapping here on this side though. A lot of players.
Oh, okay. Well, they have to realize the. How should I put this? The UFR cruisers are kind of generally good. Their destroyers are generally good, and their carrier player is generally good. But it doesn't feel like they're working well together at the moment, or they're not maximizing their efficiency or their synergy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, honestly, OM seemed so much better, like organized. I don't know, position-wise, and like the places that they were put on were much better for them. And like you said, they always had the destroyers always had cruiser support, where on the UFR side that didn't happen at all.
Or it could have been there, but wasn't there the whole time. Or you know, there's gaps. I mean, like, what was your vision like when OM chose to take a cap? Did you see them taking the cap?
Yeah, that's the issue. Like, because we never saw them taking the cap. So the only times they contested the cap, they were blind, which was when the Grozovai was there. And the A cap, like, they had they couldn't do anything about it because they lost the Des Moines. So. Moskva, 2 Montanas, and the Hindenburg so far. The other ones are still waiting up.
I honestly don't think OM's going to change their lineup. They might change who's playing certain ships, but it doesn't feel like they're going to change their lineup. Legend Begins is out though. Looks like they've rotated one of their players.
For Andrew, right? And Banan Beager? I don't know how to say.
So I'm waiting to see if Panso chooses another Kur first or goes something else. We know we've got 1 Montana, we've got double Hindenburg, double Des Moines, and we're just waiting to see what the other ones. I don't think we have. Yeah, we no longer have the Russian cruisers.
Taking some time to ready up.
Well, I can see Cadil and Kumaro is waiting, and we're waiting for Panzo as well. So Well, they've got 4 or 3 minutes until people can stream snipe and see what the ship compositions are.
Yeah.
So they really do need to hurry this up.
OM is completely ready up, so.
Okay, so we're all lined up. Panzo, I think, is Montana, so they're no longer doing Kurfürst. Double Montana, double Des Moines, double Hindenburg.
Oh, they were missing one guy. Okay, I see it now.
Random phone calls. So what are we waiting for? One of the
Guys, yeah. I don't know what's going on. It's taking some time. Okay. Okay, fine. Nice. Jesus. Oh, 2 more people there.
Are they rotating? No, it's 9v9 derp. We didn't have enough people.
Never mind. Rip. Salty Sailor Bell. Pretty good guy, man.
So
Pretty
he's
good
taken
player.
over. Legend Begins has dropped out, and Salty Sailor's taken over the gearing. And whoever was playing the Mossfa has dropped out, and they've replaced it with, I believe, a second Des Moines.
We actually kept the Moskva, dropped out of the Moines instead of a Henry Fort, and then they have 2 Hindenburgs.
Well, it depends as who's starting north and who's playing south, because on this map in Warrior's Path, as if you can see in the map preview, the 2 big islands that between the middle and the east side, the right side, those 2 big islands, if you can get a stealthier ship like a Des Moines for something into that area, you lock out the whole side of the map. It's really a pain in the backside if you do that.
Here we go one more time. Jesus, I'm using myself by accident. Fuck my life. For a few seconds though.
Is this the second UFR team?
Yeah, it's UFR2. Maybe that's why you see some strange things happening.
My muscle memory, as soon as we got into this game, I just pressed map and started taking planes off. I'm not really paying attention.
Where are my planes? They're not taking off.
Go on. Alright, let's check the distribution. Looks like it's a split between A and C.
A and C, yeah.
Yeah, no one dives straight into B on this map.
Only 1 destroyer on the UFR side.
So it's also pretty much a clean split. It's the teams are mirrored, so it's Gearing, Des Moines, Hindenburg, Montana group going A and C.
Yeah, that's pretty strong. We have like in here though, it's 2 Hindenburgs, Moskva, 2 Montanas going to A, and the Gewing Hindenburg having 4 going into C. But there's no radar on the C group where the destroyer is going. So I don't know what they can accomplish here, especially when you see the Des Moines is going to C as well. So, because we just picked up the Des Moines going to C there.
Well, it's fighters first. There's not dive bomber scouts. They're still jostling for position. Looks like UFR carry's taking a couple of clips. Yeah, he's already lost 3 planes in his waves on the western edge of A, so he's going to have to fall back already. Or maybe recycle that plane. Dive bomb's been chased. See the UFR one on the top right hand side of the map? If he drops his payload, he can escape. And more importantly, he's not. He's allowed it to get straight.
He's gone.
He's not paying attention. You can turn that around. And the thing is, if he drops the payload and he uses speed on the thing, the dive bombers don't get caught. They can just... So, it's maybe not proper preparation. Now the other problem is that the fighter duel in the second, this shows perhaps a little bit of inexperience by Stargates. Oh, they've changed the Hakuri player, have they? Or am I...
Yeah, no, you're right. They changed it.
Because he shows his inexperience. He's chosen to take a fighter duel, and it was even planes. But what happens is he fought the duel inside the extreme AA range of the Des Moines, Montana, from the OM, which means it was an absolute snowball loss, you know, for him. So he's completely lost the center now. And
yeah, he lost all the squads there.
That means the complete map control in sight on all the caps at this crucial point at the beginning of the game is in favor of the OM. I mean, like, the dive bomber scout is picking up Kadil. Oh, good torps on Grief though. Grief didn't manage to torpedo beat them on Charlie.
Oh really?
So he's down to half health. Yeah, he took one. See, one of your dive bombers might spot him up, and he's smoking up now because he sees some of the dive bombers coming in on Charlie.
If they have like a Des Moines here now, they could maybe kill Griff.
Well, they should know that and communicate the fact that he's been shot down.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that the OM carrier is choosing to keep a one fighter wave fighter. I think he really should return that and recycle it. And there's no point keeping that out.
Yeah, but honestly, the C group push here is looking a bit massive. The Hindenburg is trying to go into the cap, I think.
So the OM side on A is pretty spread out. And they've got the Des Moines gearing right next to each other. Montana, Hindenburg are like extreme ranges, so it's like the group's kind of like an arcing around A.
Yeah.
If they could do it in a smart way, possibly UFR can grab A and then back off. They don't need to stay in there and wait. Actually, your Montana, I think A is going to take a torp. Yeah. Well, here's another threat. Kadil is now evacuating C because, you know, there's no fighter support. You know, the CV lost at the beginning. He's taking all this unnecessary damage at the beginning. Oh man, he even got dropped. Where's your defensive fire? Where's the cruiser support? He doesn't have cruiser support. See how they're so far back? That's brutal. And now he smokes.
Oh, the Gewing got completely, yeah.
The carrier wrecked him. And the fact is, that's it. Oh. There's no cruisers up there. See, see how the Hindenburg and the Henry are so far back.
So far away,
yeah, but the thing is, Grief, he literally has Decline, his Des Moines, 1 kilometer away. Grief can't be approached, whereas the destroyer player, Kadil, he gets wrecked. What you want is a cruiser on, see the island in Foxtrot 8, this big blocking island, right? You want to get a cruiser next to that so that he can give close fire support, but more importantly, his AA overlaps the 2 island blocks, and this would prevent all flight over sea and prevent any type of spotting on the guy. Did not happen for UFR.
Well, and I can see the Decline is already going to help on B, as well as the Gewing just got spotted as well.
And this is the other problem now. See A, since there's no destroyer here, or it doesn't feel like there's a destroyer here, or there's no smoke forcing around the Hindenburg Mossfer are going full ham into the cap with the Montana, and they're just being chipped away at. I'd be surprised if they could actually cap this. I mean, it's halfway, right? But the thing is, they're just losing health. They might cap it, but they're just trading health to get the cap. It's not going to work out well. Wow, they're actually going full tilt push.
Looks like it. I mean, not having a destroyer on this side, smoke them up. They're gonna torpedo beat all of those, but still, they are just
but by torpedo
fading away because they're taking all the damage. There's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah, but by turning in torpedo beating, you're broadsiding the Hindenburg and you're giving yourself kind of a broadside to Montana, Icy Cream. Here comes the AP shots in Illydria, right? Watch this.
Oh boy. On the only leader, yeah.
Well,
He got lucky there.
Yeah, he got lucky. He should have been deleted. Thing is, he's already down to 5k. He's sailing into Des Moines. He's got the Hindenburg, the Montana, because they're pushing up. He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know what to do. Dead.
Rip.
And this is going to be over real fast.
Yeah, I think this will be a very good, like a big stomp. Especially with the Gewin getting one singled out by the carry itself, like with nothing they could do about it. And now the Moskva, there's no way he cannot get seated and deleted by the Montana.
The Hindenburg and Henry are too far away from the island on Charlie. They can't push back with being shot at because the planes will spot them. They need to be there at the beginning of the game.
Oh, big salve on the Hindenburg. Yeah, no point there.
And they're all lit up because they're all firing right now. Thing is, and OM can rotate. Yeah, OM can rotate around and put more guns on A, and they can hold B, C, and they can just let UFR kill themselves by pushing in and then just bleed all their health.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing they can do. UFR already lost this game. Pinging the Montana there, Icy Cream, but honestly there's nothing they can do. Trying to drop the Hindenburg, but defensive is already going.
It's not going to work. Let's see.
Yeah, no way.
Like when
he lost all the planes actually. He didn't
unless a ship is critically low or it is like game ending that you have to drop something with a defensive fire. As a carrier, you don't drop it. You don't attempt to approach it. You don't do that. What you do is you go for any ship that doesn't have a defensive fire. And in this particular game, that just means the Montanas. You wait for the Montanas to isolate themselves from the pack. So look at Ellendor right now from UFR. Yeah, he is isolated. This is why the CV is dropping him, because he has a defensive fire. He can get accurate drops. If the Montana is being HE spammed, his AA isn't going to be as hard.
That is a good drop as well, man.
And it's a good drop, and he drops in range. That's the way you do the CV. Oh wow, 3 torps, and then another one from the second wave?
Like maybe 2? No, just 1.
He's probably got a flooding there, and he's forced to damage control.
2, yeah.
And that's how you drop. You don't go for ships with defensive fire, you go for ones that are not. You go for ones that isolate. That's how the midway typically works as well. But it's just a disparity in player skill in the carrier. The fact that the cruisers are letting down the UFR team. The battleship players, they might be good, they might be able to aim. The DD players, they're doing what they're trying to contest cats. But the cruiser play, I feel, is letting UFR down. Specifically, the blocking of anti-air zones. That's what's lost in this game, because it fell apart all at sea. And as soon as it fell apart at sea, losing the destroyer, that forced them to push A, probably, and go ham. Because they're behind, they need to make a play. So they push at A and then just get further behind. They
start to go into tilt and make these rash decisions like that. But honestly, what else could they have done there?
Well, I wouldn't have ham-fisted like that. I would have tried to cruise up to C and then maybe play stealthily. If you can grab A without being spotted and then back off, you can rotate round from A to B, C, and you lure the enemy team into A rather than UFR pushing. It would be maybe OM trying to get into A, and you could shoot them while you try and work on B or something like that. But it's difficult.
Oh, but that's would be the best case scenario for you to do that, because going ham there, never going to work, especially with the Montana in the flank. I mean, those 3 cruisers actually didn't accomplish anything doing that.
And now it's just
the Moskva is going on.
The Moskva's isolated. He's like a lone dog just getting ripped apart.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Ellendor, it pushes into the center and he turns around. How many ships can have a shot on him? The Des Moines, the Gearing, the Montana, the other Hindenburg, the other Des Moines. He can get bombed by the CV, and now that guy is done, the other remaining ships, the entire team can pretty much shoot that Montana because he's isolated in the center.
Yeah. Honestly, he's lucky he only has like 1 fire.
CV is trying to drop the Hindenburg again. Hindenburg kills off his speed because he knows the defensive fire is not there. But now this is the problem I have. He's using all his bombers at the same time. If your strike capability is, and the defensive fire just triggered for the Hindenburg anyway, so it panicked the dive bombers. If your strike capability isn't enough to alpha strike a ship, you don't do that. And the BB goes down. You have to bleed them out. So I don't know what the CV's doing. He's just expending all his strike planes. And the thing is, by using his strike planes to attack, he's not spotting. He's not using the dive bombers to spot. He's not spotting what other people are doing and where they are.
Yeah, they're going to train Montanas here, but that doesn't really matter at this point, honestly.
Yeah, it's over.
I know.
I mean, alright, it's nice that they got the BB kill, and it's on OM's fault that they shouldn't have really lost it in a single ship this game, but... Well, it feels like fish in a barrel and UFR just flying all around not knowing what to do, because at the beginning they're behind And then when you play from behind, it gets awkward. And case in point, this is how the CV works. We see another attack going in for the Montana. Double torpedo bombers going in for the Montana. Where are the fighters? Are they paying attention? Yes, they are. Can they make a strafe, or will he dupe, or will he drop from a range? No, he actually strafes them. That's pretty good. So that's a good save. But the fact is, that's how you would do it.
Yeah. Too little, too late, though. Anyway,
Yeah.
so...
Even if the Montana doesn't get
Henry
dropped...
Ford, only now the Henry Ford and the Hindenburg are coming closer to something.
It's too late.
Like, they're full HP, man. Henry Ford is like full HP, and the Hindenburg is also very full HP, but it's too late.
Oh, it's a good shot.
Oh, nice shot, man.
I mean, I don't know how he was detected. It was a very good shot, but...
No, he wasn't detected, actually.
Oh, okay. So it's just in the smoke. The thing is, that cruiser was right next to Greif in his destroyer, and the Des Moines, der Klein, he's also right up there at B as well. So the fact is, they are really close as they can be to the islands, giving A support, giving the other stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how you typically work these games. This isn't clan battles where you can flank or you can stay further back or you can do those other types of perhaps gameplays. No. With the CV, you need to get up close and dirty and provide proper support. And I feel like a broken record just going in circles, but that's why they lost.
It's like you said, man. When you have CVs in the game, it's completely different. It's like a whole other level of gameplay, and you need to deliver, or things like this will happen because this was OM 100%. Like, there's nothing they could do about it.
How do you counter this? Well, the fact is, you have to do the same thing. You need to give your DD support. You need to have cruisers close up with the AA. The CV needs to play better. He can't just throw away his entire fighter wave and an unnecessary fighter duel at the beginning. What do you gain by engaging in a fighter duel at the beginning? Nothing. You can't strike anything. Nothing's been HE saturated. Nothing of the AA is down. Everything's got defense fire. Everything's got cover. You're not going to bomb anything. So there's no point. You're not going to bleed the CV out because he's got like he's got tons of fighter reserves. So going for that fighter duel at the beginning at a disadvantage, that doesn't help. That doesn't do anything. So by diving in and then fighting a disadvantage fight inside enemy AA, losing your entire wave, allowing your entire team to get spotted when your cruisers are not close enough, it's damning on so many fronts.
Oh wow. He managed to get three torps out, but still, that's not going to do anything.
They're panicked, and he's actually going to get out. He's going to kill him. Oh, okay, I'm desynced then, apparently. Sorry. From my screen, it did look like the torp dropped.
No, having 4 time, one at a time. One at a time.
And
there we go,
boys. Points. Yeah. So that's 2-0, which means I don't think OM's going to play a third. They can choose to if they want to, but I don't think they will. Let's have a look at the team score.
2-0, man.
Look at that again. Look at the plane kills again. It's 30. Wow. The CV is 27-14, but the Hindenburg gets 30. The Des Moines gets 16. Who on the enemy team has double-digit plane kills? Nobody. Nobody. That is, in a nutshell, like as we say, it marks out
13
stats.
planes for the Hindenburg. Wow.
Yeah, and
13 and 27 for the Hercules. That's crazy, man.
And it's all down to positioning, where he is, forcing the CV to fly over him, or not having the counter support. Because if you've got an AA bubble that overlaps the cap and the enemy doesn't, then you can just fly there. If you've got 2 overlapping AA bubbles, then the fact is nobody spots. And then it becomes a much closer to clan battle type thing, if you've got that kind of overlapping AA. And then you've got DDs on the flank kind of doing kind of quasi-spotting at a distance. And it doesn't mean, by the way, it doesn't mean that UFR is out. It just means they go second seed now. But they should probably look at this.
Game.
No, there's not another game, but there'll be second seeds.